Hey, how you doing? This is Adam Post, publisher of College of the Dead, 30-year veteran of publishing comics, creating characters, creating stories. And what do we have here? Disney is making new Star Wars-themed Galactic Starcruiser hotels, and this is what they're going to look like. Well, I actually think this is a cool idea. I had this idea before for Star Trek. There was going to be this... Well, anyway, that's a long story, but this could have been cool. I mean, you've got Rey here from Star Wars, so already it's not cool. But this could have been cool if they featured the classic characters and they never put out The Last Jedi. But the Star Wars attractions, they have attractions in California and Florida featuring the Millennium Falcon, like an actual Millennium Falcon. And the new hotel is going to be called the Galactic Starcruiser, Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser. The hotel does not yet have a planned opening date, but Disney recently revealed the first details. This is a great idea if people actually love Star Wars. If they sort of like or will tolerate Star Wars, or they like or will tolerate the new version of Marvel Comics with Captain Marvel, then, you know, some kids are going to be exposed to it, and maybe they'll have some fun there, because kids can have fun with a hanger and an empty cardboard box. But as far as, you know, adults being passionate about it, it's a really hard to believe unless they open an SJW church or something like that there. So Disney describes the hotel as a 2-night experience where guests will spend roughly 48 hours interacting with Star Wars characters. Okay, in what circumstances, we will see. And other passengers on the Starcruiser, as the hotel will be built to resemble an intergalactic spaceship. I mean, they could have just made the movies, the recent Star Wars movies, good, and they wouldn't have had to go to this trouble. You just could have had like a couple of standees of C-3PO and R2-D2 and like a gigantic, you know, version of Wookiee and Luke, and everybody would have been pretty psyched. After checking in at Walt Disney World, guests will enter a launch pad that will transport them to space, the hotel atrium, where they will kick off 2 days of interactive attractions that allow guests to become the hero of your very own Star Wars adventure. So you, too, could replace Rey in Star Wars, which actually makes a lot of sense. Okay, so when you're not being shuttled around the Galaxy's Edge theme park land, Starcruiser guests will be able to spend their time on themed activities like practicing lightsaber skills in a special training room. I mean, okay, similar to what we saw in the original Star Wars, where you're fighting a hologram, you know, okay. That kids like to do stuff like that. That would be cool. And there'll also be a ship's bridge where guests can quiz the hotel crew on how the Halcyon's navigation, fictional, yes, it's not a real spaceship, and weapon systems work. And Disney executives also tease that the hotel's interactive experiences will include staged battles between Starcruiser and enemy ships. So a staged battle. So if you go on this and you think that your spaceship is having a battle with another Starcruiser, it's just staged, which means they made it up. It's not a real spaceship battle. So just be aware, because you don't want to have to, you know, prepare for a true battle. Even though with all of this training, you probably will be able to have actual star battles in the future. Okay, also featured in the hotel will be a Star Wars-themed bar called the Silver Sea Lounge. Okay, there should be interesting people in that bar, as well as passenger cabins that include windows with views of the Star Wars galaxy. In addition to featuring an alien crew, every window on the Starcruiser offers views into deep space with ever-changing vistas as the ship progresses from place to place. But it's not really going anywhere. It's just for show. Okay, well, you know, look, this will be fun for kids, but it's not like it's going to be a classic Star Wars adventure. You could have done a themed hotel like this, and people would have really liked it. And it's kind of too bad they ruined the franchise. But other than that, it would have been great. Hey, how you doing? College of the Dead is my 140-page zombie apocalypse comic book. It's black and white. It's completely done. The first printing ships October 31st, 2019. Make sure you get a chance to get a copy of this. It's on Indiegogo. It was successfully fully funded. All the money was raised for it. It's going to be shipping in October, and that will be the first printing. We'll have a few copies of that beyond what people pre-ordered, but not a heck of a lot. So go ahead and make sure you get a copy of this. And you can see the link in the description below. You can also go to collegeofthedead.com. It will take you to where it's currently available. And I'll tell you what, this is a phenomenal comic book. You can see the cover of book 2 right here. We're working on that right now to finish it for January 2020. And these are the interiors of College of the Dead book 1. All done by the same artist, Javier Aranda. He's a phenomenal artist. And go ahead and check this out. I know you're going to love this comic book.